welcome again to my channel. Today we are going to be making a simple room spray recipe. Honestly, if I see one more room spray recipe that asks you to put water, witch hazel, and essential oils together, I might punch someone. Like, it's literally that serious. When you keep that kind of formulation in your house, oil and water, first of all, will not mix. So every time you use it, you have to shake very vigorously and spray, which is fine because I do the same thing. But if you have a formulation recipe like that, or if you have a room spray recipe that looks like that and you put it on your shelf for a long time, what happens is that bacteria starts to grow. And when you spray that, it's actually not good for you to inhale that kind of thing because it's not good for your lungs. So it's important that you do things the right way. So what I want to show you is how to make the oil and the water mix together, and not just that, preserve it as well. So we're going to be using an emulsifier, and I've explained this before, that an emulsifier is something that takes water and oils and helps you to bind them together. Let me show you guys what you need. So the first thing you will need is distilled water. I'm using distilled water because distilled water doesn't go off as quickly as regular tap water. So if you have distilled water, it's the perfect way to go. Vodka, and the reason I'm using vodka is because grain alcohol is quite expensive, but this vodka has a grain alcohol which is about 80 proof. But the thing is, this is expensive. You can actually do without alcohol and just make your room spray recipe with just distilled water. I'm using polysorbate 80. Actually, you're supposed to use polysorbate 20. And please don't get confused. Don't say, what is all this stuff? Let me just go out and go and buy my room spray. I totally understand that all these words and all these things might sound like, it might sound complicated, but trust me, it's not, because these are things that you can actually find on Amazon. You can find them online. People formulate recipes at home all the time. So if it's something you enjoy, absolutely do this. Now, let me explain. Polysorbate 80 is great for when you want to emulsify like oil and a concentration that has more oil than water. Polysorbate 20, that's when you have more of a concentration of water, which is what we have in this case. But I have polysorbate 80 on hand, and I'm not about to go buy polysorbate 20 because it's not like I use it that much. So I have polysorbate 80. It does the job of emulsifying the two of them, but and I'm just going to use it. Here I still haven't learned how to pronounce this one. This is phenoxyethanol, honestly, but the other name for this is phenonip. This I use to preserve like moisturizers, things like that. So you can also use this in your room spray recipe. And then I have a combination of essential oils. There's so many essential oil combinations that you can use. This combination rather is quite calming and is good for like resetting, and it just has a very calming thing to it. It's lavender, geranium, rose, and bergamot. And now I'm using this blue bottle, the reason I'm using this blue bottle is because, when we eventually mix this together, it's going to be a very cloudy recipe. It's going to be whitish, and that's completely fine because we are emulsifying water and oil. If you wanted something that was completely clear, like the room spray recipes that you have in the stores, you would actually need a chemist. If you want something that is completely clear, you're on your own, you can go and look for a recipe that does that, but this recipe will do well and it will stay on your counter for a good 2 months, 3 months, thereabout. So let's start mixing. The mixing is very simple. Oh, by the way, I forgot, you also need a mixer. Here I'm just using a milk frother. The milk frother works very well to help me mix everything that I need together. So let's get into the recipe. Here I'm just using, this is something from my fridge. Is that not from the fridge, from my iron. So I'm just using this, and I'm using a scale because it's important that you measure everything out. It's so important. Just follow my measurement, you will be safe. So we're going to start off with 30 grams of alcohol. I've measured everything to reach about 100 grams. I'm going to actually put the essential oils in the vodka. So we're just going to mix that together. So I'm going to put 5 grams of the polysorbate 80, but polysorbate 20, like I said, is better. So now that I've put that in, I'm going to use the milk frother again. And as you can you see how it turns clear? The next thing I'm going to add is 1 gram of preservative. Now, preservatives work differently, but this one, you need 1 gram of this preservative. Oh, And I'm going to put 60% water. Remember that if you're not using alcohol, 90% water is fine, or 90 grams water. This is not going to work. Oh no, I need a cup. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So we're going to put 60% water. So in all, the entire recipe is 100 grams or 100 ml or 100%. That's just the way it is. Now imagine using the same combination of scents in a scented candle. If you don't know how to make a scented candle, I have a link to the in the description box below to how to make a how to make I can't speak today. How to make a scented candle. Just use the room spray, use the scented candle. Oh my god, your home is gonna smell beautiful. Let me know if you guys want a video on how to make your home smell great naturally. So just let me know if you want that. Now that you have your mixture completely, you want to transfer to a bottle. And you can label it if you want and give this as a gift to your friend. And it's amazing, honestly. And here it doesn't even look like it's cloudy or anything. But guess what? The oil, the water is mixed. You have your preservative, you have your beautiful essential oils together, and you have the perfect room spray, which you can use at home or give to a friend. Let me know if you like this video. If you like it, put a like on it. If you love it, subscribe, and also leave me a comment below, and I will see you next time. Bye.